is exactly how I wanted it to feel. 7 fucking years of getting it right. I finally got it right in Jesus' name. I'm telling you, I've even got a trip. But look, the double zip. The double zipper. No problems with the zip. I can let it off like that, and I can slide it in like that. Easy.
Yo, what's good, guys? It's Mr. Undiscovered. You're watching Undiscovered TV, and today we're paying a studio visit to Botch from Gun Club.
You already know, we're in the studio where we work, where things happen. GC in the car. Wow.
Let's go.
It's 100%. It's very, very good because 100%. Things right now for me, the engagement that man's getting right now is kind of crazy right now.
Yeah.
Got a lot of videos that are doing well, especially on Instagram. Just going off.
Yeah, I always see your videos on my reels.
Bro, they're going crazy right now, bro. We're just trying to figure out more how to capitalize on that even more through like the data. So like the people that are coming on our website, because there's so much traffic, but we're trying to convert it even more.
Yeah.
So that's
What type of methods and things have you seen that kind of work with capitalizing off that? Like, what's your game plan to capitalize off that?
I feel like we're now figuring that out right now, to be honest. So I feel like more analysing the data of the people and trying to retarget the people that are interested in the products, or the type of people that have obviously been buying the product and forming a community around that. I feel like with fashion, it's always just a trial and error.
Literally, bro.
Literally, it's just always a trial and error. It's always a trial and error until you kind of get a certain pattern and make sure you don't miss that pattern. Like, I missed the pattern a couple of times, and now I'm starting to clock a few things. It's come back round and just need to stick with it.
Obviously, you recently had an event for 7 years.
Yeah.
Before we expand more deeply into that, tell me how the event was. Like, how did you find it, man? Looked crazy.
Can't lie, that event, it was actually a success. Bearing in mind, it's a Thursday, 8 till 1.
Damn.
In a location that's quite difficult to get to.
Yeah.
And we had over 400 people there.
That's real emotion, bro.
So
real loyalty.
Literally, like, it was sick, and that made me realise that, especially, like, we have some sort of community. Whereas before, I always knew that I had a community, but I'm trying to figure out who is the kind of audience that's.
But you've been telling me about that as well, the whole community element.
Yeah, literally, and everything for me is about community. Essentially, kind of giving back to people. Like, the party was a 3R, 3P party, you know, and just giving people the opportunity to meet other people, connect to other people, meet myself, speak to me.
Yeah.
Might get advice within that moment.
Yeah.
What's this? Might get advice within that moment. And obviously I did a little speech. I want to kind of do more like networking events, workshops to help people come together basically in the UK and see what they can make from connecting with one another. Because like yourself, you have your platform. Someone else is a photographer, videographer, and some people don't know how to network or connect to people. So I feel like there needs to be more of these workshops where they're actual proper networking events where people can come to these events and be proactive as well. Yeah. Obviously, that event was just a party, but I want to do something very proactive. Like, you're going to come out or something by coming to this networking event or workshop.
So that's like the next stage, that just being proactive in events, getting people engaged within them through like conferences, networking events and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Because I feel like one thing that I've always known over the years is that we've had a success rate of bringing people to a particular space. Yeah. So it's like, cool, you got a community, cool. But we got to be more impact, like show more of an impact to kind of grow. And you kind of analyze it. Whereas before I was just doing it, not really analysing what I'm doing. I'm just throwing an event, doing pop-ups, but not really analysing the next steps of what I'm actually doing currently. So that's where we're at right now, literally.
And for the brand owners watching, talk to us a bit about what goes into planning and creating an event, like difficulties, the most difficult stuff. Like, What goes into planning an event? What's like the number one thing that people should kind of take in when they're trying to do an event for their brand?
You know what's so crazy? I feel like the hardest part of an event is on the day, bro.
I can relate.
I swear down, the hardest part of the event is literally on the day, man. Other than that, well, I feel like planning an event shouldn't be hard. Maybe everyone's different, their minds are different, innit? But it's pretty much straightforward when you kind of think about it. If you got access anyway. Venue, guests. DJ, I don't know if, depending on certain deals you're getting with the venue, bar, drinks, whatever. But it's literally venue, DJ, guests, banners, whatever.
Yeah.
Boom, that's like send out the invitation.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if you're someone that's very new, obviously you're gonna have to do a bit more footwork in terms of promoting it. But that's why you always in life you just got to network.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people have come obviously for the brand, but they've obviously come through me personally as well.
Yeah.
So I've got my own personal network which helps me grow my brand.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's very, very important.
Yeah. And like in our past conversations, I can tell that networking is something you're very heavy on. You're very like
100%.
heavy on networking. So to people who want to start networking and getting into this creative scene, what's like some networking advice that you would give to them?
Step into the room with a presence, with an aura, feeling gone. Nah, I'm joking. Nah, I'm not even joking. I'm being serious. But literally, be yourself in it. Feel comfortable. Don't try not. I know that some people have anxiety. We have the feeling like we're not confident within ourselves and stuff like that. But I really have to step on. Like, you gotta really believe in what you're trying to. You gotta believe in what you're saying when you're meeting someone, you know, and you gotta not be afraid of someone saying no, because what's the worst that can happen? They say no or they blank you. That's it. There's been so many times where I've met people, we exchange contacts and then we'll message you on Instagram. You won't reply. It's life. You just gotta charge it and keep it moving, bro. Like that's literally what it is. And you know what? Sometimes it's not even that they don't purposely reply. They might just be busy, depending on the level of person you're interacting with. So
sometimes it requires patience.
Yeah, you can't take it personally. Like, I've learned that a lot because it's like the same thing kind of happens with everyone. There's someone that's trying to get in contact with me. Probably even right now we're doing this interview and they're thinking this guy's blanking. You get what I'm trying to say?
Literally.
It happens in different levels, and I might be messaging someone and I don't know what they're doing or I don't know what's going on in their life. So it's like you said, you gotta be patient, but sometimes it's like it's hard, isn't it? Mentally, it's hard.
It is very hard because I know a lot of people who kind of struggle with that issue of, oh, this guy's not replying to me, this guy's blanking me, and it's like sometimes you just have to put yourself in their shoes. Like, these guys are
Trust
busy
me, bro.
guys. Do you know what I mean? They've got a lot going on.
I think I'm busy, but bro, there's people that are on a different level to man, and
different level.
Bro, they're busy, so you gotta kind of take your time, and I feel like it's all like chess moves. It's a game, bro. I see all of this shit as a one big game. I can't lie to you,
it's like
bro.
a video game, bro.
Bro, it's like a game. Like your right time to play will come. You get me? Sometimes you gotta sit on the bench and wait until you get that call up.
Like, even at times, right, back to the messaging thing, the capacity it takes to actually sit down and reply to messages, especially when you just got a ton to get back to, is a lot as well that people
It's crazy,
don't even
man.
talk about.
Nah, it's crazy. But yeah, I just feel like back to the advice on networking, I just feel like, you just gotta be confident when you're stepping into a room with people that you don't know.
Yeah.
My business partners here as well. You saying, my bro? Talking about networking, how do you feel when it comes to networking? This is a good one for him because we're both two different people.
Yeah, I think it helps.
As raw as possible, bro. Pause.
Fire. But no, I think networking is essential, to be fair. Even not even just for like growing a business, but also even just interacting with your customers, your fan base, people who support you as well. I think also getting that proximity is always good. Even like at the event, there's a lot of people that come from far, travelled from different places, and was like, I came here specifically just to get this tracksuit. And they talk to you about, I've been following the brand for 3 years or 4 years, or like I had this tracksuit from this drop like 5 years ago, whatever it may be. So I think it's always good to talk to people just to show who you are and see that they can interact and kind of reach out and touch you. Do you know what I mean?
How did you find the event?
I find the event good. I can't lie. When when I looked at the footage afterwards, I was shocked because I was in the back room doing sales.
Yeah.
I'm here in my card reader, tapping sales and whatnot most of the night. So when I saw the feed, like the footage afterwards, and I saw so many people in that main room, I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like the support was banging, man.
Yeah.
Support was proper.
So when you was first getting into like networking and just kind of connecting with other people, what did it feel like? What were some of the struggles and stuff that was going in, like, in your mind?
You see, for me, I'm more of like an introvert type of person. So like Botch is more of a people's person. He can talk till the cows come home. You know what I'm saying? But and
Botch
it sounds
is a good
good as well.
talker.
That's the worst
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, no, he's
he'll
a good
be
talker.
freestyling, but it sounds
100%.
good. But for me, I'm more introverted. So for me, it was more so like getting out of my shell, talking to people, having them conversations. But you know what it is? It's more. It's. I wouldn't say easier, but it's definitely easier in this circumstance with the brand because there was so much people that already was familiar with the brand, already supported, already.
So that rapport was already built.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So when I'm having those conversations, it's not, sometimes there's nothing to talk about when you're networking. But with this, it wasn't. It was like they'd ask questions, it would just kind of flow. So it was decent, man. It was alright.
Yeah, I relate a lot to what you said because I'm an introvert as well.
Yeah.
I'm very reserved to myself, but it's like starting this, I had to force myself to tap into that extrovertness where it's like I'm learning conversation skills, social skills, so I can connect with people and just talk to people better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like for introverts in this game, I don't think it's too difficult, but it's just something you have to practice and get yourself into. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You got to
force
come out of your
yourself in
comfort zone a little bit. Innit?
You think networking is a skill?
I think networking is a skill. I think networking is a skill, but I think it comes down more to understanding, like mindset. So understanding social skills and then understanding what you bring to the table and what others bring to the table. Yeah. I mean, I think that's what, it's more of a game of understanding yourself and understanding the game, like the scene, as opposed to just, I need to network as a skill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, it's
Like,
true.
If you can't engage with people, if you can't communicate with people, you're awkward. It's gonna be a bit weird, and that's gonna happen. That can happen, especially
true.
if you're a person who is not the most socially kind of out there. But it does take a bit of time. But yeah, it's basically a skill. Yeah.
No, that's true, man. For real.
Sure.
For real.
So like, over the 7 years, what's been like the main kind of struggles? Talk to them about the struggles. People just see the glitz and glamour of having a clothing brand, but they don't see the times when, you know what I mean, when shit can just be low. So
I feel like
talk to them, man.
I feel like the main, I don't know. I might as well say the backstories, innit? But obviously, I started the brand 7 years ago. My business partner's come in, been here for like 2.5 years, nearly, 2.5?
Yeah, 2.5 almost. 3 next year.
3 next year. I feel like from the moment that obviously I wasn't with my previous partner, we still continue running the business because we was a couple that started the brand. So a lot of people, a lot of our audience see the brand for different things.
Yeah.
But majority do see it as they think it's a couple's brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously it did start off as a couple's brand.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like the hardest thing was basically coming out of that, then now running the business by yourself and trying to make it known for the meaning that we're trying to portray and trying to push. But obviously, because I do still promote couple content and it works and it basically pushes the products, like, people are going to obviously subconsciously think, yeah, it's a couple's brand. But obviously, I feel like that was kind of the hardest thing, like the transition of rebuilding a brand from basically losing money, having nothing, starting again. That was the hardest part mentally. And one thing I always say, because I've kind of tackled that a bit and now we're here now, is that a lot of people need to focus on the mental of running a business. People don't focus on the human mind when running a business. 100%. They don't speak about it enough. They speak about doing content creating, you got to do this, you got to do that, but no one talks about the mind. And without the mind, you're not going to be able to do none of this shit.
It's about resilience, bro, the mental resilience.
Literally. That people don't tap into that too much. You could be the best content creator and one day you can crash and quit. And this is why loads of people come and they go, because their mental state is not right. And it's not even like it's their fault, but it's like people don't really kind of tap into that. They don't talk about that. They just give people all the good news, the good stuff, not the raw stuff. Like mentally, you kind of have to be kind of straight to run a business, because business is problem solving. That's literally what business is. You're
So
always
every day new problems are just
yeah.
throwing at
Every
you. Like
business in the
dodge.
world is literally you're solving a problem, bro. That's what it is. And the best business people are the people that can solve the most problems.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Literally.
Like, if you want to say it bluntly like that. Obviously, the content, you have to do the content. You have to obviously know the business, know your audience, all of these things, the marketing, manufacturers, whatever. But essentially, it starts from here, innit? So if you don't have that right, then I don't feel like you'll survive. And that just goes to I feel like me quitting and stopping, it just doesn't, I just don't live up to the essence of of the brand of being gone. Being gone is being confident, having belief in yourself. Yeah. So if I stop, I'm not gone at all. Yeah. That's pretty much it. So,
I feel you.
But yeah, man, it's been a journey, but you know what? I like it. I kind of like going through problems. As much as it stresses me out within the moment,
Literally.
I like going through the problem and solving it, because it just shows me that man's a hustler, bro. Man's a survivor. Like,
You got the
like
spirit.
any, it doesn't matter what you're throwing at me. We're getting through this shit, and we're gonna.
But it goes back to the video game.
Solution.
It goes back to the video game idea we were talking about, where it's like you're constantly figuring out this, that, and then elevating next level, level 2, level 3, level 4. Do you know what I mean?
Remember them games, bro. Remember
Literally.
them games back in the day, yeah? I don't know if you remember, but there's certain games back in the day where you used to play that you hit this level, no, you complete this mission, but if you fail this particular mission, you have to do all of them again.
All the way back down,
Bro,
and that's what
that's
can happen,
basically
bro.
what it is. That's why I said it's like a video game. Because of that, you're going through so much missions. We can have a sick 7 months, yeah, and then one manufacturer can fuck up the whole thing and set you all the way back to January again. That's literally what it is. They'll set you all the way back to January, and then bro, we're going again. So it's like, I just feel like you just gotta enjoy it, man. I feel like you can't come into this fashion thing if you don't love it. It's not for people that are just coming here to make bread.
100%.
It's not for them. For the people that just want to make bread in fashion, this ain't for you, bro.
Gonna fall off.
You gotta love it, because you can still make the bread and you can still crash. It's not about the money.
100%.
So yeah, man.
100%. And for you, obviously you came in, I think you said 2 years.
2.5.
2.5
years.
years.
So basically 3 years now.
Yeah. What's been the main difficulties for you that you face in the past years?
You know what I would say kind of getting adjusted to fashion in the business sense.
So do you come from a fashion background, or?
No, not really, only personally. So I've always kind of liked fashion, like clothes, shoes, so forth, since I was young. But coming into the business of a fashion brand, like there's certain things where I remember early on, like I'm like to butch, like how is this not going like 1 + 1 = 2? It's like, to me, it doesn't work like that. Like there's always something that may not go wrong, but there's always like other factors that can affect things, you know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of learn the fashion business. And then I think also is, I would say, just learning like customers and so forth as well, because sometimes you'll create something sick that you think is sick, but it doesn't always go with what your customers like. So you have to find that happy medium. And I think when I first come into it, I would see things I think are good, but customers, you may not get the same feedback with them, or vice versa. I'll see something, I'm like, I don't really like that, and he's like, they love this, like it's flying off. So I had to kind of gauge that as well. Adjust to that.
I feel you.
So opinionated thing, man, with this fashion thing, bro. Too much opinions, bro. Way too much. I don't even know if the mic can even hear me, but it's way too much opinions, bro. You just gotta be confident in your own shit.
Record that.
So you lot can understand it says caution, gun drip near.
Bro,
Right?
this guy got the custom.
We'll put that for the cup. Of course, look.
That's
I
cold.
even get the cushion. Like,
That's actually
literally,
cold.
You can't just think about clothes when it comes to building a brand. We're not a clothing line. You gotta think about we got homeware.
The world, bro.
You get me? This is it. We're world building, man. But yeah.
Nah, that's actually cold. Talk to me about your fits though, man. What are you guys wearing? Obviously you're wearing Gone Club.
Yeah, go on. So this is the new drop. This is the grey mile tracksuit. Me, I do a small, but it's still a bit oversized, bit baggy. White tee underneath. This is an unreleased beanie. We ain't dropped yet. So you'll see this all black with a white print, and then just oh yeah, you see that.
Yeah, talk to me about that logo. I was actually going to
details.
ask, like, talk to me about that logo. How did that come about, and what made it, like, why that? Why is that a logo that you came up with?
Cool. So basically, the whole point of this logo basically just come from the time period of me trying to rebrand, innit? Trying to think of something different, innit? And at the time, like when I hear the word gone or wherever people hear the word gone, there's something loud, something that when someone's made it or doing well in life, that's how a lot of people see it as gone clear, innit? So I just thought the explanation,
Right.
you get me? So I just thought the explanation mark is something that is loud, it stands out, it's always in people's face. And then over time I saw the colour yellow, so people use the colour yellow for things, I don't know, like for example, caution, like just things that just stand out to give alertness to people, you know.
Yeah.
Even down to like the Selfridges bag is yellow. It's
Yeah.
just a colour that's very vibrant that stands out. So obviously
Catches attention, isn't it?
Yeah, it catches attention. Yeah. So my main colour before was red, but now it's actually yellow.
I remember that time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it
remember
used
that
to
time.
actually be red, but now it's actually yellow. With the explanation, that particular design here, it all kind of started first. Literally, I wanted to do a design on a tee, literally just with a normal explanation mark. And I was sitting down with this designer, and he was the one that kind of taught me to get more in my creative bag. He said, why don't you change this explanation mark into, think of characters, think of different things that you can make out of this symbol and stuff like that. So then he was just telling me to draw. Then he ended up doing like loads of different explanation mark designs, and then we ended up sticking with that. We did a drop. I don't even know if we have anything with the GC here. I mean, we got beanie hats, but let me see. Cool, yeah. We just use this as an example, yeah? So it's in a packet, so even down to like this, look, when we was talking about character, we did the GC logo with the eyes.
Yeah.
Obviously, this ain't my favourite one, but this is just an idea of what we could do with that logo. Obviously, that's how that came about.
I find it very real how you talked about giving your brand characters and stuff, because I feel like that's another element of like this whole brand thing that people miss out on. Like giving your brand character, humanizing it. So that's why we're doing stuff like this, where it's just kind of raw,
yeah.
style,
I feel like the unapologetic stuff is the best stuff in it, because it's like,
because everything's too perfect, too polished, too clean, too refined.
This is
but
it.
It's like sometimes people want that kind of the raw feeling, the more kind of human feeling to kind of relate to that more and resonate with the brand.
But you know what's crazy? That's what's gonna separate clothing lines and brands. People that actually have fashion businesses, because anyone can design good t-shirts. Anyone can make anything look good nowadays, especially on social media. Everyone's editing. It's edits. It's not real. So it's like when you're coming to see the rawness and you're hearing someone's journey, you're hearing someone, even down to all the little things that you're seeing in the office, how many, you got to see how many brands can come together and speak about so many different things about their brand.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what makes a brand, and that's what makes a brand build value, and that's what makes a brand be sustainable for the years to come. You think of the biggest brands in the world, Supreme, look how much shit they have. Like, they've got so much different things. People buying Supreme bricks, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You go on track.
Yeah, you see the guy who tried to build a house with Supreme bricks.
This is what I'm saying, it's crazy. And it just makes you realise, like, when you're getting involved in something, it's like the sky's the limit. Like, you can make a Gun Club chair if you want.
Literally.
Like,
Literally.
you
Is
can
that
do
something in the
anything.
works?
You could come up with that now, innit? You never know, bro. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Gone suitcase, you can do whatever you want. Like, bro, whatever. We even got the mug over there somewhere.
Even the rail, man. Whole Gun Club
Yeah,
rail.
you could put the Gun Club rails, the warning sort of thing on the rails, black and yellow tape or whatever, bro.
Gun Club mat.
Bro, Gun. I have got a Gun Club
Say
mat,
so.
in fact. Yeah, it's not here though. I actually have one, but it's got the old logo. But yeah, like, there's so much you can do,
it's
man.
like, sky's the limit.
Literally, you want to get that order packed. But yeah, that's why even what you lot are coming to do is good, because people get the opportunity to kind of...
Yeah, we've been wanting to do this though.
Like, they get the opportunity to kind of speak about everything that's kind of going on. And that's why I wanted to kind of, even myself personally, kind of showcase more of that rawness on social media as well.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everything is just too perfect. And this is why people get into shit. And they don't realise how hard it really is. Like, running a fashion brand, bro, it's not easy, bro.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
It's not... People make it look easy, But trust me, it's bloody hard. It's stressful, it's long. Can't lie to you. Alright, cool. You see with this beanie here? This beanie actually never came out. Never released it.
Wow.
So I made like 4 or 5 of them, and I gave them out when we did the foot silent thing at the event. Just add that there because it even goes with that.
It does.
I can't lie, this here is a pile of shit. This is probably the worst design I've ever done in my whole life.
But it happens though. Like you have to have designs that's like
bad.
bad.
Come out, but people like I was just wearing it so much you can even see how much it's bubbling right now. Like,
Literally.
don't even want to throw that. That doesn't even deserve to go on that table. But this is an old tracky hoodie. This is another hoodie, sweater. This is another that you can put on the table. So you can even see like differences from quality and stuff, how things have kind of improved over the last few years. And how I've started to pay more attention to details in different types of products as well. I even remember like even with this here, this one's got some mistake, got a little something in there.
Oh, so you've delved into the bubble print as well.
Yeah, that actually sold out as well, but this was one that went wrong. Then that's an embroidered version. Even down. But we've actually made bare different products though, even though we're like focusing on tracksuits and stuff.
See, I came into the brand when you had like the nylon with like the pop like this with the pocket.
Yeah, where is? I don't. Yeah, they're all gone now. I can't lie. That time period for us, we did really well.
Yeah.
In terms of, I think that's when we were just coming into the business.
Yeah, that's when I first came into Gun Club. It was these tracks.
Yeah, there was no one doing like the nylon tapper
The pockets and stuff.
with the pockets. Yeah. For like, that's why a lot of people, I don't know, like a lot of people say that kind of like a pioneer with certain things because I started at.
I think you could have that
started
name. I
at
can't lie to you,
early
because you
stages.
was one of the first ones that, like, obviously there was a bunch of people doing tracksuits, but in terms of this material, the pockets like this and stuff like that, and design, like I think you can pretty much claim all of that, to be honest.
Inspired my first brand.
Swear.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, bro. I was telling you, bro. In terms of that, the UK, bro, you're one of the OGs, bro.
I know.
In terms of the UK, in terms of
say
like
this to him
London.
sometimes as well.
I
Like,
get.
I'm
I
not gonna lie, I was literally saying it to
him.
him. In London, in the streetwear thing, we're one of the OGs. I'm
Nah,
not
there's
gonna lie to you.
West.
Yeah,
there's a
West
lot.
London. If we're talking about West London, but obviously we see everything today. If we're talking about West London, the Gun Club is there, bro.
But that's why it's like I appreciate when I first started and I'm still doing it now because it's like I kind of seen the evolution of how fashion has changed, bro. Because even down
talk to me about that as well,
bro,
actually.
because even down to like my first ever design. Let me see if I can even get it up on the.
even through
it's
this,
gonna
you
be
can see
crazy.
it.
Yeah, let's actually before we get onto that, let's talk about this.
Yeah, go through.
Let's talk to me about the evolution of the tracksuit.
Cool.
Talk to me about that first, and then we'll go into the second part.
Evolution of tracksuits because we're technically I'm not gonna label us as a tracksuit brand, but we want to be the #1 tracksuit brand. So we'll talk about the tracksuits. So with this, most of these tracksuits are probably within the last 3 years of Gun Club.
Yeah.
This is the oldest, I would say, out of all of these here. Yeah, wait, is it? Yeah, it is. That's the oldest. So obviously it's the oldest and it's probably the most worn out because it's the oldest, but you can still kind of get a gist of the quality in it. So this one was a blue screen printed, big logo at the back. These are the times where printing your logo on the crotch was very popular at the time.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
logo mania.
Yeah, that logo mania thing, just logos everywhere. So that's what we jumped on. We did it as well. We just jumped on that trend, to be honest, and it worked. And that was that tracksuit. The next one was...
But also as well, even the fits in comparison. So
Yeah, this fits has just changed over time. Like I can
Yeah.
even tell from this we're wearing right now,
You know what I'm saying?
the fit is very much like what's in the now. Do you know
What's
what I mean?
currently in now, yeah. This was a size small. I think this was my girl's hoodie. But
So
yeah.
that probably have cuff bottoms as well.
Yeah, we had cuff bottoms as well. We didn't have no straight open leg.
Yeah. The open leg is only recent, like
Yeah,
over the
literally.
last year.
So we did that, and then I think in that year we did end up branching to start doing flared bottoms. We started to do flare bottoms, and then this year we did more of the open leg thing, like what we're both kind of wearing now. But yeah, so that was more of the flare thing. As you can see, there's actually the divided cut in there, even though it's the same color.
Crazy. This is actually nuts how you still got this, you know.
Yeah. So this was last year.
Oh, this is last year? I thought it was an early design.
Yeah, no, this was actually last year. But this is the full zip hoodie
Yeah, yeah.
with the GC on the face.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
these were the bottoms for it.
Right.
And we did black, blue, green. The green one, that's what Central C was wearing.
Yeah.
And then we did brown. So we've pretty much, this is just like leftover bottoms that we have left.
Amazing.
Oh
Pink
shit,
as well.
and pink, this dropped this year. But this one went viral, but it was a hit and miss. What I mean was a hit and miss, so this is like an insight.
Details on that.
The details for this was good, but the quality for this is fucking shit. Sorry for my language, but it was dead. Like this is what comes with manufacturing problems. Like we had one where the quality was really good and one where the quality came out bad.
Yeah.
It didn't come out bad, but for us it was bad.
Yeah, it came out worse.
Yeah, for us, innit? So, but yeah, this is a large. That's why it's still here. Like most girls bought this one, to be honest. But this, can't lie, this was probably the hit of this year in terms of getting out there. Like even if you type in pink tracksuit on Pinterest, you're seeing this everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
For you to include that from the screen print and the design on the back, even certain things like when Botch was doing this and was coming up with these designs, it was like a Bape inspiration, like early 2000s. You know, like when we was in secondary school, you wanted a Bape jumper, you wanted a Billionaire Boys Club jumper. You wanted to bring that essence back as well. Even that's why I was even thinking of this detail on the sleeve.
Yeah, I like that
I remember
detail.
they had like details on the sleeve and
Yeah, SWC. I know
What's
that.
that?
zippers.
A lot of people ask me what's SWC. That just stands for Street with Class.
I hear you.
So
It's
there's
just
more
just
details
like the
in
way
it.
that we kind of promote our brand. It's not raw street,
Yeah.
like in the hood street, like raw.
Yeah, yeah.
You just say Street with Class. That's just our philosophy of the brand. So yeah, we did that. You know what? I can't lie to you. I do really like this sweater.
This one is actually cold and it's got the contrast stitch as
But
well.
if let me see if we don't have no more bottoms. These bottoms completely sold out. Bro, you don't.
This is the first picture, great. I think this is the first grey tracksuit that's been done.
Oh, is that actually?
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, we don't have no bottoms,
I
bro.
was fighting over that one still. I was like, bro, we need to do grey. He's like, you sure? I said to him, bro, grey's gonna go.
The only thing is, yeah, it's just that the one thing I didn't really like personally was this. That wasn't really my thing. But this is what I'm saying. Manufacturing, patterning the right manufacturer is very important because we've moved on from this now, from last year to now this year.
Comparison.
And when you're just looking at certain details, I saw even down to like the feel of the tracksuit, the embroidery of it, even just like how this is stitched on, you can just tell that.
Fitting wise.
Even just look at, let's just say for example, like the woven label here to this woven label here. It's all very important. The colours are matching. There's not no different colour grading on different labels. Like some things can become very tacky sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, like finding the right manufacturer over time is good. So yeah, we've gone through a few tracksuits. I mean, I haven't showcased this one. We dropped this one this year. So, but you can tell this is from a different factory.
Yeah.
Even just down to like this, bro. You know, like this is not the yellow that we wanted, but you get me. And then we did even ask the manufacturer to put the SWC here. They ended up doing it on all of them, and we just said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna sell them." We're just gonna sell them like that, bro. Like literally, it was a headache, like so. We just had to deal with it. But yeah, it's been a good 7 years, 3 years.
Then even on top, even when getting this new manufacturer, looking at when we did the samples, so in comparison you can see this colour, drag this up, in comparison to this navy that he's got on here.
Can't lie, yeah, the hoodie is not, the colour is not bad. I just don't feel like as a whole tracksuit at the time was really kind of feeling it. Like I don't know, like the hoodie, when I'm looking at it now, the hoodie actually looks alright. But I
I hear what you mean in terms of the colour. I feel like it's not a very popular colour.
Colour,
that
yeah.
people go to. Do you know what I
It
mean?
looks like you can. It's pajamas.
As opposed to this, which is like a navy,
Yeah.
and that's more of a like a respectable color, let's say.
Yeah, this is more like a purple. Maybe if the print was a bit different in terms of the color, maybe this would have brought out the hoodie a bit more. Maybe, but we don't know because it hasn't been done yet. And then, obviously, speaking about manufacturers, it's good to talk about this. So, these are all done in different factories. This is what did really well for us. So this jersey did really well, sold out, done very well. We don't have any in stock at all. This was done in Turkey with the rubbery sort of thing. Again, the yellow, there, power self-belief,
That's cold.
literally there. Then this was done in Pakistan, and it wasn't it. These are samples. It just wasn't it, man. You can see the difference.
Yeah.
You can see the levels.
So, like, who do you think, in terms of like countries, obviously it can vary a lot, but in terms of countries, who do you think like manufactures the best?
It does vary, but from our experience right now, it's obviously China or Turkey. But it does vary. Like you might find the really good Pakistan manufacturer in it.
Yeah.
Literally, but it does vary because it depends on relationships as well.
Yeah.
Because most of these people have access to it all. It's just if they really want to give it to you or not.
Right.
Literally, because it's like a lot of the time I saw with manufacturers and stuff. I'm trying to explain how it makes sense. A lot of the time with manufacturers, if you're a new brand and you're going for low quantity, they're not gonna put effort in your garment, bro, because it's just for them it's a waste of time. Like they just see it like it's long, innit? So there's certain things that they can do, but they choose not to. Like for example, like this. I remember with this design originally, because we was going out a particular quantity. The guy was basically saying these are the only colours that we have. We only have white,
white,
black or this. Then I said, well, let's just go for this because this actually looks kind of hard.
Yeah.
And then we just did it, and that was it. But this wasn't actually the original design.
Right. What was the original design?
It was an off-white cream colour.
Right.
Literally, and then
But this is still cold.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
It came out really good.
it came out neat still, and I like the rubber effect. Then we moved on to finding a Chinese manufacturer, which became really good for us, and they did the other. We don't even have any.
What, jerseys?
Yeah.
We got some of the blue and
So they did the blue thing. The only thing is that with that, we didn't end up doing the rubber thing here, but like I said, it came out really well. Just like you can just see, this is just the blue one. Just looking at the finish.
This is cold as well, though.
The finish of that, and then my favourite one out of all was in the pack. Well, I don't mind taking out the pack. It's obviously the black and yellow. And this is how it comes as well. So imagine this is. I forget about the stickers because I put the stickers in there, but this is how the manufacturer's sending it to us.
Yeah.
Packaging like this, even with the tissue paper, everything well polished. As to that, some other factories are just. Well, some of them, they don't even give a crap. They're just smacking it in the box, bro. They're letting you deal with it after.
What's like the craziest package you ever received that's just gone left?
Gone left.
Yeah, like that you've ever received a package and it's just, everything's just gone wrong. Like, talk to us about an experience like that, because
I don't even think it was here when it happened.
what's that?
The cargo, the shell stuff.
is it?
Yeah. So these times before, this is what. So before, when I used to get stuff, I never really used to be bothered to check through everything, innit?
Yeah.
So there was a time where the stuff came and loads of people were buying it. Then I got loads of returns because basically with the shell thing, they couldn't get the leg through, and the way that they done the sewing, they didn't do it properly. So the cargo was essentially twisting around like this,
No way.
and it happened to pretty much like
What?
50% of them, and I had to do refunds. And then there was another time where all of the hoodies or the cargo windbreaker jackets were too small as well. Like all of them were like stupidly like small. And then another time I saw with them, same thing with the shelving. What happened? The shipment got lost, and that was a pre-order. People had to.
I remember when you told me about that.
Nah.
Lad, the shipment got lost in the sea, bro. I don't know what happened.
What did you do to mitigate that?
No, they had to remake it again. I didn't have to pay for that, but the whole process was long.
Thank God.
And
That's what I was gonna
customers,
say, bro.
no, but customers wanted refund. Like it was crazy because
On a pre-order is nuts,
bro, people waiting for. I'll be real, bro. People waiting for like 3-4 months of that order, bro. I was even trying to give off the refund, bro. I was battling it out. I can't lie. I was going back and forth with them for time because I can't even tell them that the shipment. This is what customers don't realize. Like, fam, real life things happen.
Yeah.
Bro, God forbid, but you're thinking go in a lorry and it can just burn out and blow up, bro. It can happen, bro. What can we do in it? We're trying to cater for the customers, but these things happen, innit? But people don't. We're not gonna understand, innit? As customers, we'll never understand. But yeah, that happened, and then I had to refund some customers. It came in the end, but that's what put me off from doing pre-orders. That's why I don't like doing pre-orders.
It's still crazy to me.
Bro,
like,
it threw me off, bro. It threw me off because it's like anything can happen, innit?
Yeah, literally.
So that was a mad experience. And then another experience that I had was my first ever pop-up. So we made these tracksuits and we never clocked this, but the spelling was wrong.
Oh.
We never clocked. So it basically said gone. It said gone gub. So it was like G instead of a C.
No
but it looked
way.
the same, innit? It looked very similar. But we never clocked it until one of my friends that bought a tracksuit said it. Then I said, what, is it on every single one? And we saw bare them tracksuits at the pop-up I saw. So we had to now try to find out who bought. Some of these people, we don't even know who's buying it. So we just had to leave them running around with gone class spot wrong in the thing. But luckily we was managed to change it. So we basically just unpicked the G to form a C because the G is like the same shape as the C, innit? So we got lucky with that one.
When it comes to, this is kind of back to tracksuits, by the way, but when it comes to tracksuits, what's your kind of thought process going into that? What do you keep in mind when you're designing a new tracksuit or coming up with new tracksuits? Especially with like the evolution over time, like what's been your thought process for each of them then? Like why have you done this? Why have you done that? Have you thought about the taste, the current taste and the trends of what's going on right now?
So what, in terms of the evolution of me making these or just now how I think right now?
How you think right now, how you approach each of them?
I mean...
Not every single one specifically, but like when you approach a tracksuit to design a new one, what's the
I mean, we do definitely look at the shapes and fits, but I feel like recently over like the last year, we're very, very particular on quality in terms of making sure that it's the right weight, but everyone, I don't know why everyone thinks that the heavier it is, the better quality it is. That doesn't...
They're like, 600 GSM, this quality
like,
is crazy,
a lot of people
bro.
say because this is, well, it's not even 600 GSM, it's probably 250, bro.
Yeah.
Like, wow, people like to lie, fam.
It's because everyone wants, like, the GSM, they think a high GSM means
literally, like, it doesn't mean like it's amazing quality. Like this GSM is nowhere near as high as this, but bro, this is never bubbling. This is French Terry, bro. Like this, you see, this quality is not bubbling at all, bro. You can wear this every day. You can wear it with your dog's sleep. I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but bro, this ain't bubbling, bro. Like, but I feel like for us, we really mainly focus on making a tracksuit that doesn't bubble, because that's the first thing. So it's sustainable. Shapes, because I feel like a lot of people nowadays are into the shape of how a product looks, because especially for our body types, you know.
Shape and silhouette is
silhouette is very important.
The number one things right now.
Yeah, because it's like you got to think about it. There's so many people that can buy. You're wearing a blank tracksuit.
Yeah.
So if you can buy a blank product, and the shape is right, if you can get the shape right for your particular tracksuit and your logo, and put your logo in it after, then you're in a win-win. You know, because you've already got the shape right. That's what most people are looking for, tracksuits that have a good shape that can be tailored to their body, you know. So we started focusing on the shape, and then obviously already touched on the quality. I feel like this particular tracksuit for me, this tracksuit was just a tracksuit for us that is simple and effective. And when I mean simple, in a sense, even though the logos are big, it's still simple because it's very basic. It's not too much, you know. There's nothing at the back. Nothing at the back of the hood either, but we've got the 2 pockets here at the back, and then a lot of people don't tap into the zip inside the pocket.
That's clean, the hidden pocket.
Like the size grading for that, these ones, we didn't really work too much on the size grading for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's literally only kind of just changed this year. Like, we're sitting down, we're trying to be the best tracksuit brand for tracksuits. We need to make sure that our shapes are on par with the best brands out there. So, and what's currently in trend, especially. So, yeah, we focus on the shape. I don't know if the shape will change though. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%
Always change.
It always changes, but what do you think is next? Because we want
Slim will come back again. I wouldn't say skinny, but slim.
Slim, innit?
Like
Come on.
yeah, nah, slim will definitely come back. Like, slim will come back.
Do you think we'll go to like elaborate shapes before then? So like tracksuits with all like sleeves that come out like this and like. You know what I mean?
I feel like we're already in there.
I feel like we're going into shell right now, tracksuits.
What do you mean?
You know shell tracksuits?
Oh yeah.
Like the wind runner tracksuits.
Yeah.
Like
Like
a lot of
nylon.
people. I feel like we're going into that sort of like
It
kind
is.
of.
It is.
That's
It's just a
what it
way
is.
to kind of like stand out. It just offers something different because everything's cotton. So it's like if you're doing nylon, it's like it just offers a different thing.
That's why
if the shape again, it offers a different type of shape because it just drops on the body differently.
That's why the nylon thing, when we did the nylon thing, it did well for us because no one was doing it at the time, innit?
Yeah.
So I feel like something like a shell tracksuit is just really clean and it's good, man. It's different as well. You gotta try and come different with the materials, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing cotton. You gotta sometimes take a little risk and do something a little different with it. I'm Botch,
I'm S.
and you're watching Undiscovered TV.